It's refreshing to see a good Thursday night matchup. Really refreshing to see the Lions have two primetime games in the first 4 weeks of the season. That's pretty awesome. Um, this is big for the division. I'm not going to say that the winner of this game wins the division, but kind of sets them on the right track to do that. Um, I'm going to take the Lions. I'm going to take them to cover. I think that they'll be able to run the ball against Green Bay, and I think that will give Jordan Love just enough frustration. I still think Green Bay will move the ball and throw the ball on us a little bit. Our secondary is going to get exposed a little bit. I think that the Lions do enough to win this game, closer than people think for sure. And I think that the Lions will win. Close game, but I'm not confident enough to put in my best bets.
Yeah, I mean, at Lambeau, that's always tough, but it's not the same boogeyman that it used to be for the Lions. We've
Hey,
done a good
we're
chunk of winning
we're
there.
1-0 in our last one game at Lambeau.
We'll take it. Let's make it 2-0. Falcons at Jags, both teams that, kind of still have something to prove at this moment. Jags are a slight favorite. Look, man, I think that run game's hard to deal with for the Falcons. So I think the Jags might win this still, but I like the Falcons to cover here.
I'm going to take the Jags, and I'm going to take the Jags to cover. Bounce back game. You're not, if you're going to be as good as the Jags think they're going to be, you can't lose two straight at home. I'm not going to break it down further than that.
It wasn't KC at home too at Jags.
Yeah, but that's a different loss. So yeah, but 3 straight. But yeah, that you're right. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you gotta. By the way, I found out they have like a pool in the stadium. Or
you
something.
Just learned that? Yeah, they got the little. Yeah, they got little party pool section, and you have to be like under a certain age to go in there. I think too.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's a cool stadium quirk for sure. This is going to be one hell of a matchup. Dolphins at Buffalo. Two offensive juggernauts going at it. Buffalo, to my surprise, after the game the Dolphins just had, are the favorite. Yeah, I like Dolphins to win here outright. So
wow.
I'm going to add them to my best bets. This is going to be a crazy game, but divisional matchup. And man, the way the Dolphins have been playing, I think the Bills are going to play a damn good game. I'm sure their offense is going to be hard to stop, but I think that the Dolphins offense is unstoppable. So let's go. Damn. Drew just pointed out that Jaguars are actually in London. So it is technically a home game for the Jags, but not in Florida.
Gotcha.
Does that change your prediction at all?
No, I still think it's a must win.
Thanks, Drew, for catching us on being stupid.
Yeah. No, I'm still going to take them. If they were my best bets, I'd probably take them out of my best bets but they're not.
We get to wake up at 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning.
Hey, football early in the morning. Get right. Get right. Yep. I'm going to take the Bills. I'm going to take the Bills with the -3. Not a best bet.
Okay.
I like Josh Allen and what they've done the last couple games. They play Miami well the last few times they played them. And if there's a defense that's going to start to figure out Miami here a little bit, it's going to be Buffalo. And they're very familiar with them. They've seen what they're doing on film now for 3 straight weeks. Close game. High scoring game. Buffalo.
Alrighty. We got the Commies at the Eagles -8. I like the Eagles to win here, and I like the Eagles to cover.
Yeah. Remember who was the first team to beat the Eagles last year in the regular season and take away that undefeated mark, right? The Commanders. Remember.
Yeah, but Taylor Heineke isn't there.
I know. But you don't think that the Eagles remember that?
They're going to be mad.
So, give me the Eagles -8.
Vikes, who, to my surprise, are a favorite in this game at Carolina. I mean, I get it with Carolina being, not the best opponent on the other side, but 0-3, man. I do think the Vikings do win this, though, which is actually to their detriment. I mean, if we're talking about getting rid of Kirk Cousins, if we're talking about, maybe a little bit of a rebuild going on for the 2024-2025 season in Minnesota. Um, you actually, winning these kind of games is not good for your prospects to get that next generational talent, the next generational quarterback. And there's a lot of good ones in this draft class. And if you're a losing team or a tanking team, even it might be too early to say that the Vikings are tanking. It's these kind of wins actually hurt you rather than help you. But I do think that they'll win this one.
Adam Thielen revenge game, perhaps. He's with the Panthers. He was a longtime Viking. I don't think there's a lot of bad blood between those two, Thielen and this team, but part of me thinks the Panthers get it done at home. So I'm going to take them. Not my best bets, but I'm going to take the Panthers.
Respectable. We got Steelers at Houston, and it did surprise me to see that the Steelers were the favorite for this one as well. I like Houston to cover here. I don't know outright that they're going to win, but I like Houston to cover.
I like the Steelers simply because CJ Stroud, listen, we did a full episode breakdown, John, on how the Steelers confuse quarterbacks and disguise coverages. It's what they do, and they get after the quarterback up front. That's a bad combination for CJ Stroud. He hasn't seen anything quite like that yet. I know he's exceeded expectations, and I think he's mature in how he reads defenses beyond his years. I think Ohio State prepared him actually really well for that, and what he did a lot of that at Ohio State. We saw how he did it against Georgia in that playoff game. But this is going to be too much for him. I think this is the first test that he truly, truly struggles with badly, and I think the Steelers get it done.
Ravens at Browns. This is a pretty critical game for the Ravens. I mean, really a critical game for both teams, but especially the Ravens. And I do like the Browns to win it, and I like the Browns to cover. I think defensively they're going to be too much to handle for a beaten up Ravens offense. I'm expecting it to be a low scoring game. Obviously, the under over kind of implies that as well.
I'm going to take the Browns as well. Deshaun Watson's starting to come together, getting better each week. And I think that this is one of those weeks that he puts it together and you really see more and more of what this guy's capable of doing when he's clicking and he's got the chemistry with these receivers. I mean, he's bringing Amari Cooper back to life. Donovan Peoples-Jones was making plays. Elijah Moore has been having a big year. And that defense.
Best bet, ad or no? Playing it a little safer.
No, can't.
Okay. Bengals at Titans. Favorited by 2.5 points. I like Bengals to win and to cover here.
You don't like them as a best bet? I was thinking that you were gonna take them best bet because of how little belief you have in the Titans offense.
Yeah, so my main issue is not really what I think of the Titans. It's more so that I think Joe Burrow is still kind of nursing this calf injury. It was obviously a low-scoring game against the Rams, and I think the Titans' ability to keep it close if it's a low-scoring game is pretty good because of their defense. If this is another 16-19 game, it doesn't surprise me. Probably a little too close for comfort on a best bet. That's my logic.
Give me the Bengals minus 2.5 best bet. I just if you play against Joe Burrow and now the offense seems to be clicking. I know they didn't score a ton of points, but they were moving the ball. Jamar Chase was involved. T. Higgins is now involved. Mixon got a little bit, in the mix, as you could say. I think that they're going to finally, I think, douche. I think they're going to finally put it together and get it done and win big.
I gotta start adding stuff to the soundboard. We have our themes and our music and stuff like that. I guess
that gives you way too much power. I cannot have you.
We got Bucks at Saints. I'm gonna take Saints -3 here. I think
with Jameis,
with famous Jameis.
Oh,
I'm not gonna add him to best bets. I don't love that, but look, man. Jameis Winston managed to tear both of his ACLs, and they still beat Tampa 2 years ago at home. So,
can we add a guaranteed best bet for both of us? Marshawn Lattimore and Mike Evans to fight.
Yeah. Can we?
I'll get the hands up.
I'll add the text. No, so I actually. Oh man, I wish I had that tweet. I need to see if I can pull it up really quickly. Somebody recapped Evans' stats against Lattimore the past however many games they played, but he also annotated their fights in the tweet, and it was like the best thing ever, like saying like, oh, like Evans only scored this many points this game because he, or this many yards this game because he got ejected in the second quarter for
Yeah,
fighting Lattimore and stuff. So I can't find it right now, but yeah, it's I think I think it's almost definite Mike Evans in his likely last year with the Bucks is going to throw hands
he's
with
going all
Lattimore,
out.
probably in both games. So
Yeah. I'm gonna take the Bucks to cover the 3 points. I don't know if they win. I don't think they win, but I think it's gonna be a close game, low scoring game for sure.
yeah,
Jameis turns the ball over. God knows what's gonna happen in that game. That's a tough game to pick. And then the next game, Denver favored -3 against the Bears at Soldier Field in Chicago. Talk about garbage, same colored teams. Like same colors, both shitty, both terrible quarterbacks that everyone thought were going to be good. What do you like? I mean, I think I'm just going to take the under.
yeah. Well, here's my problem: is you're taking the under on a defense that let up 70 points last week.
Yeah, but it's the Bears.
I'm not touching this game best bets wise with a 10-foot pole. It seems like volatile tank bowl chaos garbage, and I don't want anything to do with it. I could not tell you what's going to happen. I just know it's going to hurt to watch.
It sounds like to me, honestly, um, like this is set up and scripted to show you how bad the Bears really are. Like the Broncos just got put 70 on them,
And they
70
favored it.
points,
And
and
they
I
favored
think
it.
and I think the Bears are going to score like 13 points, if that. You understand how bad you have to be to go from getting 70 scored on you in one game and then coming and playing at Soldier Field and that team struggles to score a touchdown? Like, that's what I think is going to kind of happen here. I'm not going to put in my best bets, but if I was going to do something, it would be the under.
Yeah, I'd have to take Broncos here to win it as well. I don't know about covering. I don't know about any of this, but I like Broncos to win this game. What would be actually like just the football god's perfect gift to us is that this is a 0-0 overtime tie game. That's what America deserves in this matchup. LA at the Colts. Colts are a slight favorite. I like the Rams here, and I like them to cover. So I'm gonna add them to my best bets, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, big time battle of Minshew and Stafford. I like the Rams as well, but I'm not going to put in my best bets.
Noted.
I don't love this board this week.
I don't
Hey, I
either.
got to protect that winning percentage record here on these best picks. If I
And
didn't
I
pick
gotta I
Denver,
gotta pay some catch up.
yeah, if I didn't pick Denver, I'd have a little bit of wiggle room there. But
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Okay, we got Raiders at the Chargers. I like Chargers to win this one. I don't know about covering, but I like them to win it. They need to win it. Being 2-2 sounds a whole lot better than being 1-3 at this point in the season. Brandon Staley's fighting for his job. We'll see what happens.
I'm gonna give me the Chargers. Give me best bet. Give me the Chargers. Give me best bet. You got to remember the Raiders are without Jimmy G. He's in the concussion
Oh,
protocol.
forgot about that. I'm adding him to my best bet.
Yeah, they're not the same team without him. He's
Was
pretty
it
much what's
O'Connell?
carrying that offense. Yeah, he tore it up in preseason, but this is a big stage. It's different than preseason. I like the Chargers here. I think they're going to pick apart the Raiders secondary.
I'm gonna take San Fran. Well, not San Fran. Sorry, I think San Fran's gonna win this. I'm actually gonna take the over for this game. I think that offensively, San Fran's gonna do enough to push this towards an over. I actually think they could cover too, but I'm not gonna touch that.
That's a large spread.
Yeah,
Large
exactly.
spread.
Two touchdowns that's a lot in the NFL. I think they'll win by at least one though, for sure.
I think the Cardinals cover. I'm not going to put in my best bets though.
Pats at Dallas. Dallas is favored by a touchdown. This is a weird game. I don't like it either way. I think I like Dallas to win and to cover, but nothing best bets wise. I'm not touching this.
I like Dallas to win and to cover, and I'm going to put in my best bets. You get beat by the Arizona Cardinals, the whole world's laughing at you. You're supposed to be this top team that is dominant, and they've won these first few games in dominating fashion. When they have won, I think they come back with that kind of a win against a Patriots team that I think is deceivingly bad.
Yeah, they're not good. Hopefully, Mac Jones doesn't decide to touch anybody's below the waist or anything again. I guess we got to be on watch for that at
He's
this
got a
point,
problem.
considering
He's got
he's
a
a
problem with that.
repeat offender for sure. Um, we got Kansas City at the Jets. Sunday Night Football. This, originally when the schedule makers were
God,
doing this
would that have
game,
been
it
a
was going to be
dream?
been an awesome, exciting matchup, and instead it's probably going to be Kansas City just completely dunking.
I feel
Um,
robbed. I feel violated that we
I
couldn't see
know,
that matchup.
forever pissed about it. Honestly, like it stinks. I like KC to win here. I don't know about covering just because Jets defense is that good and KC's offense seems to be struggling in the receiving game. So I'm going to leave that alone. But yeah, I like KC here.
I like the Jets to cover, and I like it in my best bets. And the
Interesting.
reason I'm doing that is because I think that either Zach Wilson figures that out a little bit, or they bench his ass and they put Trevor Siemian. And I think either way, you get a quarterback that's going to have a different look. And I also think that 9.5 is a lot of points.
It's a lot.
So when you have a really good defense like the Jets do, and you're playing at home on a primetime game, I think you're going to keep this game relatively close. Like, it might be low scoring, but it's going to be ugly. But I think they keep it close. They'll cover. Feel good about that.
We got Seattle at the Giants. Somehow, some way, the Giants are favored to win this. I don't like that. I'm actually going to add Seattle to my best bets.
Same.
I think run game wise, they should run all over the Giants. I know that they have a good defensive line, but I can't get behind the idea that the Giants are going to win this game. I don't get that.
The secondary for the Giants is going to struggle with these receiver matchups. I mean, Lockett, Smith and Jigba, DK Metcalf, and this like their only chance is to get after Geno and the rushing the passer, but they've protected surprisingly well the last two games with a banged up offensive line, and I think it's just because schematically they're doing a good job of protecting him and calling plays at the right time, and
Getting the
keeping
ball
extra
out quick.
guys, yeah, keeping extra guys in. So they're, I think Seattle gets a third in a row. I think they get it done.
Yeah, I like that. All right, everybody. That is our picks for this week. Really exciting week. There's a lot to cover. I know this episode's running long, but hey, man, it's that time of year.
Got to cover
Um,
what you got to cover.
yeah, and the news cycle was definitely booming this week. So we appreciate everybody watching. If you are not already a subscriber, please subscribe. We also appreciate likes. Get in that comment section. Let us know what stupid stuff we said. Let us know what you agree with.